I have an idea, and I don't know, this wasn't pre-discussed, but because I've been on before, and Jen's been on before, I've talked about myself, Jen's talked about herself. What if me and Jen interview you and talk to you about things, the hosts of things that we never get to hear about? How does that sound? We turn the tables on you.
So I actually love this idea. and we don't have anything prepared, so it's just gonna be whatever we ask you.
I actually have a list of questions.
Oh, you have a list. Okay, Josh, go for it.
Mike, we don't have a choice, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's a mutiny.
No, that was actually acting. I don't have a list.
I was acting too. We do have a choice. No.
Yeah.
No, okay, that sounds fun. Go for it.
Yeah, let's
do
it.
So we'll go back and forth answering questions. Okay, so this one is for Michael and Ryan, whoever answers first. What are you most excited about in the rest of 2021? What's something that you're most excited to or looking forward to? So it could be an upcoming movie, it could be an upcoming vacation, an upcoming gig, an upcoming whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Mike's leaving it to me. If we're gonna keep it focused on Fallingtower, what I would say is us signing with a multi-channel network any day now, or any month now, depending on how things have kind of dragged. But that's a very interesting and exciting thing, possibly. So that's what I'm looking forward to. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we saw a lot to discuss about that still, but
yes, we do.
So that will be exciting
here.
Yeah.
Are you not happy that Ryan is revealing too much, like talking about something?
No, I don't really care about that. It's just there's not really been much progress in our negotiations with the multi-channel networks so far. So,
but you never know. So he's excited about going further. So there's hope.
He's excited about the prospect, and I'm excited about the prospect as well, because that could mean some big things for Fallingtower's channel. But as yet, it's been very difficult to go back and forth with this one channel in particular. So
yeah, we've had a few channels kind of pitch us and whatever, and we kind of, anyway, the point is it's like if it were a song, it's so close and yet so far, right?
And what would this mean for the Fallingtower audience?
Just growth. I mean, it's mostly going to be internal growth on our part, and more tools and more connections for us to grow the channel and the brand. So for you guys, it would just be a bigger brand and more product and more content, by the way, which we've been holding on to for this. Feels like forever, but we're holding on to releasing much more content for the fans. Good question.
And bigger budget, maybe. Can we look forward to maybe more sketches, which I know have racked up so many, millions and millions of views? If you go to the top videos, you have, some really funny sketches. Can we look forward to more?
I don't know about that immediately.
Maybe.
What do you think, Michael? Because Michael is up in Portland, so
Oregon.
we might be doing some sketches sometime down the road again, I would guess, but certainly not anytime soon, I don't think. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the idea of sketches. There's not too much of a return on investment within sketches, because it's like a huge time investment, mostly time, but it's such a huge time investment to shoot it and edit it, and editing is the worst part, and that I hate to do, and that's why these podcasts are very edited very shortly,
and they're
not a lot.
That's
fun. It's a good idea.
Lies the secret of moving into the podcast format, is rather than spending 3 months to shoot 5 minutes, we spend 1 hour to shoot 1 hour. It's pretty nice.
And it's a good idea, by the way, watching the first. I really like that idea. So that's really good. I actually have a question for you regarding music. See, this is the perfect episode to interview you guys. So what made you guys create Fallingtower? I don't know if we discussed this before. And then along with that, how did it end as well? So I can
field this one.
Yeah. Okay.
So Ryan and I were both in a guitar class at our high school, Piedmont Hills High School, under the tutelage of what was his name, Jerry something. Jerry Snyder, yeah. Very, very prolific guitar teacher in the San Francisco Bay Area. So, and yeah, so we both had guitars. We both knew that we knew how to play guitars, and actually after high school, we just started hanging out a lot, just for fun. Like we were in the same circle of friends, and we would hang out all the time and go get drunk and stoned and all that kind of stuff, fun stuff.
What?
And and Ryan one day is like, "Hey, you want to jam sometime?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I brought my guitar and my amp over, and he had his electric guitar and amp
with other people in the past,
right?
And then it's kind of whatever. But then we're like, well, we hang out all the time. We get along. We have guitars. We should probably consider just jamming together.
Yeah. And so we jammed once, and then
just like Paul and George.
Well, we're both mates on the bus. And we jammed one time, and then we liked it. We really had a real fun, good time jamming.
Good musical connection. Really, it went.
Yeah,
it worked together very well and very easily.
Right, and so I think that I don't even know if we had to jam again. I think we're just like, let's just start a band. And so we started a band. A friend of mine, a friend that I knew, he had a drum set, and so we invited him over to play drums with us. And then once we started writing more songs, and we started getting really serious. And so we started auditioning bass players, and we found a bass player that we were really connected with. And then we're jamming like twice a week, maybe even more than that, especially once we started playing shows.
Recorded a good album, yeah.
Yeah,
we actually recorded our album before we had a bass player, because we had a bass player for a while.
True.
And then we set up the recording, but then the bass player didn't work out, so we recorded bass. And
so why didn't they work out? Were they like a jerk? Were they not punctual?
No, I think they just they wanted to do something else or something like that.
They were flaky. There are a lot of flaky people in the music industry because there's no real stakes.
Are you just being proper in case they're listening? They're not listening.
Everybody's listening.
Yeah,
he's cool. No, they were all cool. Everybody was cool. It's just a lot of times people flake out and you just kind of move on, or people there's like.
When was the last time you talked to this flake?
Maybe 20 years.
yeah.
Flakes.
Yeah.
So anyway, we played shows for a little while as a full band, and then I think the drummer quit, and then the bass player quit, and then I quit, and then Ryan started another band.
No, before quitting, was there resentment? Like, everyone's quitting. Is Ryan going to think I'm abandoning him? The band, like, was there resentment when people left for the first time?
I don't know if Ryan resented me. We might find out some drama right now, but I think for me, I was just like, man, I don't really want to start all over again, finding a new drummer, finding a new bass player. I was going to college at the time, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to focus on college and graduate from college. But then Ryan had a band. That band broke up, and Ryan moved down to LA to pursue music. And I had graduated college, and then I was like, what am I going to do? And so I was like, oh, I should probably move down to LA too with Ryan. We can get the band back together. And then I did. I started doing stand-up comedy too before I moved down to LA. And then I moved down to LA, and then we got the band back together as an acoustic duo. And we were thinking
like a Tenacious D kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. Tenacious D, or Flight of the Conchords. And we're thinking, oh, should we change the name? Should we come up with a new name? And we're just like, you know what? We're Fallingtower. It was always us two anyway that really started the band, came up with the name, and was the glue that held the band together. So we just decided to just still be Fallingtower. And then we played a few shows down in LA, and it just kind of petered out. We started making films and stuff. And
I think part of the reason why we kept the name Fallingtower too was even between that, we recorded like acoustic songs, so we were still kind of, we were still kind of jamming as Fallingtower. So we were recording like old Fallingtower songs that had never been recorded before. So we just kind of kept it going. And as Michael said, when, I had a band, and so I'd be playing with that band, but then I had the full setup there. So we're like, hey, let's record some acoustic songs just for fun. And so I think that was part of the reason, was because it kind of kept going, even though we kind of veered off and did our own things for a while. We were still always you know, keeping the Falling Tower banner alive. And then when down in LA, when we started jamming again and playing a few shows, then Mike's like, hey, I got a video camera. We can just start recording stuff for fun, like silly sketches and silly things. And so we started doing that. And then we just kind of started doing that more and more. And the music kind of went away. And then we started going into acting and producing in different directions. And so it kind of just went into that direction. Long ass story though.
Falling Tower is a
good one. Now we know.
But that's because
that's the story of Falling Tower mostly.
If you guys want to know the story of the early years of Falling Tower, it's actually up on our Facebook page and website.
Oh, nice.
Easiest way is if you just go to facebook.com/Falling Tower and you look, and we didn't end up finishing it because it takes forever, but you can see
But it is all up on the website though, the whole thing. That you gave
I know what I'm doing when I get off here.
Anyway, that was
watching rice pudding and
watching rice pudding. You guys should make do you have a music video for rice pudding? Because I think we should do that, and Josh and I should star in it.
Yeah, when you get your larger budgets, you know, with these network deals worked out, rice pudding music video, that's something worthy for launching, you know.
It could be a waiter, you know, just like how it was. Josh and I could be at dinner. We could order rice pudding.
I could be his manager. I can come in. Listen, Ryan, the recitation for desserts has gone awry.
And the engagement ring is in the rice pudding.
Oh, yeah. See? We just made your music video.
Real quick, you can look at fallingtower.net or you can go.
You don't care about our music video.
No, I really don't. Just to get an idea, so you go to Falling Tower here or fallingtower.net. You can click on photos and then right here FT20 because that was 20 years of Falling Tower, and each one of these was like,
oh my goodness, how did I not know about this?
A moment in time.
Oh yeah, Euro Trash was going to originally be our name.
Yeah, but
how many windows do you have?
I know. I was just saying, how many windows? That would drive me crazy. You have way too many windows open.
And then there you go. You like get a little story. So everything is just broken down into sections of time. Our first time jamming, 1999 to in 2000.
Darth Maul's Trial, Sleep Like a Pig.
Those were our song names.
Wussy,
Wasted.
Wasted was a good one actually. There's a Wasted music video up on our website as well.
And on our YouTube. Anyway, we're going way over time, but thank you.
But that's great.
That was
they jumped at the opportunity to talk about themselves instead of he jumped at that.
Well,
it's been building up.
You basically said, Josh, can you tell us the entire history of Falling Tower? Like, how are we supposed to do that in 5 minutes? So there's way more.
Well, I think everybody below should write that they want a rice pudding music video. They want to hear rice pudding.
You can hear it.
I think they're writing it down.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyway, or fallingtower.net. You can find it all there. Anyway, it's a fun read, I think, just to see kind of like, that's also a blast from the past, like 20 years ago, like the forming of bands and how it all kind of changing the names and changing band members. And you'll get your answers about the first bass player and all that there, Josh. Yeah. So check it out.
Can you just put the link to that in your Facebook and everything, just in the description? Make it so easy in the description for this, rather than going through all these hoops and steps.
Definitely.
I didn't see anything you posted except for all the window thing that you had.
Go to fallingtower.net, click on bio, click on the other thing.
Yeah.
So much for just put it in the description.
Or just go, we will, or go to facebook.com/fallingtower, click on photos, because there are little photos that you read, and then you can just see, you click on that and you can read them all.
We just want to make it easy for everyone. Yes.
Right.
We're looking out for you guys.